This is Honors Geometry, Unit 1, Lesson 1-1. We're going to start with three words, point, line, and plane. And we say those words are undefined terms. And you're saying, well, those words are defined. I can look them up in a dictionary. But I think of a baby, when you meet a toddler, you don't define things to them. You don't say a cup is a container that holds liquid. They have to know certain words. And for us, the three words we're all going to just agree on are point, line, and plane. Point, we say, has no dimension. It has no size. It's just represented by a dot. And you name it with a capital letter. So this is how you would name point A. You put a dot in front of it and then a capital letter, and you read that point A. Now a line has one dimension. It has length. It extends without end. And in geometry, when we think of a line is always a straight line. There's no curvy or wavy line. It's a straight line. It goes on without end. And we draw it like this. And then points on that line, we would draw the dots and put some points on our line. It has an infinite number of points. And then the way we name that line is choose any 2 points in any order. We can call this line AB, 2 capital letters because they represent points. And we put a bar above it with arrowheads, and you read that line AB. Any 2 letters work, any order, doesn't matter. You can call this line CB if you want. We're all still talking about the same line. The third undefined term we say is a plane. Now it has 2 dimensions. It extends without end, length and width, and it's represented by a shape that looks, usually you see something like this in the book. And then the way you name that plane is you choose any 3 points. A point was 1, a line was 2, and now a plane, we need 3 points on that. So if we have 3 points on our plane, we would use the word plane, and then you call that plane A, B, C. Again, order doesn't matter. A shortcut, sometimes you'll just see a capital letter off to the side. You can also call that plane W. You can see it doesn't have a dot in front of it, so it's not representing a point, it's the name of the plane. All right, now that we have a vocabulary, we know 3 words, we're going to go ahead and we're going to define some words. So the first 2 words we're going to define, the first one is called collinear. Collinear points means that they're on the same line. So a way you would see something like that, just like we did before, you would say these points are collinear points. Coplanar means they're on the same plane. So again, the way we draw our plane, something like this. If you see these points, you can name them. And we would call those coplanar points. Let's go a little bit further. Now that we have a little bit of a vocabulary, we're going to talk about a piece of a line. A piece of a line is called a line segment. So it's going to have 2 endpoints. It's going to start at A and stop at B. And the way you represent that, use your capital letters because they represent points, and you just put a bar over that, and you read that as segment AB or line segment AB. Again, order doesn't matter because you can either start at B and stop at A or start at A and stop at B. Next one we want to talk about is a ray. A ray, again, is a piece of a line, but this time it extends without end. It's going to start at point A, and it's going to go forever and ever towards point B. This time order does matter. We're going to call this ray AB. You put a bar above it with 1 arrow, and that says it starts at A and goes forever and ever towards B. Ray BA would be a completely different thing. It would say it starts at B and goes towards A. All right, last thing we talk about are 2 opposite rays. Opposite rays share the same endpoint. Say, for example, they start at A and go towards B, and this one starts at A and goes towards C. You would call those opposite rays. I always think of starting in Fowler, and one person goes towards Swartz. If you start in Fowler, one person walks towards Swartz, while the other one walks towards McGowan. That would be opposite rays. We're going to stop here and we'll come back and do some examples together.